Oh man, I can't find the right glasses here. What glasses should we wear? I don't know. You know what? Let's let's just dig into this and get started, and we'll figure it out along the way. We're right over here. Hey there, friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Go ahead, take a look at the hat. We'll get this started. Hey there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm forgetting my own intro. What the heck? Yeah, it's
Greetings, my excellent friend.
My name is Jeff Fritz, and today is March 3rd, 2026, and we're going to write a little bit of code today. We're going to write a lot of code today. I've got some updates to show you. I've got some major progress to show you that's happened with our Blazor Web Forms components. I am so excited to show you what's going on there. It's going to be tremendous. What do you mean you got an error? What do you mean you hit an error there? Try that again. Go ahead. Like, things are... Are you kidding? Hey, Lundo Spark. Napalm Codes is here. Come on now. Come on now. You can do this. I need to turn that off. I've got, like... Yeah, what the heck? Hey Phil, how you doing there? Am I getting errors coming out of the hat recognition? Like, I did a whole bunch of fixes and things over the weekend. It tried to send a message to the screen, and it didn't work. Let me head over here. We'll take a look. And I've got, let me try, like, right, we should be able to do stuff like that. That's working, and stuff like this. And it's not, really? Like, the whole quoting system was, this stuff is just, Yeah, it says it tried to read the quote. 1 second here. Let's just get everything refreshed. And I'll get into questions and things that are going on here. No. No. Like, it clearly thinks it's saying it, but it's not actually pushing anything to the screen. Oh, this is going to be annoying. This is going to be more than annoying. Like, these are pieces that I depend on here, and subscribed, yeah. Message queued for text to speech. Wait a sec.
I'm going to have to science the heck out of this problem, Fritz.
There we go.
Unlike you, I actually understand what science means.
Oh, good.
Cake will follow.
That's important. All right. Claude was down last night. Yeah. A lot of Claude down last night. So it just did the hat, so it's not gonna fire another hat command. It should just tell you. This is the one that I just saw. Let me catch up a little bit here on chat. How you doing there? C# Titan in Melbourne, Australia. Eric, how's it going there on YouTube? Patty boy,
I'm
watching.
always at your service at Jenny's7. Even when your service requests defy basic logic and reason.
Yeah. How you doing there? Kana Wanagasaki. Why doesn't it like Kyoto? Like, I've got to figure that one out. There's something weird there. Codebase Alpha, how you doing in Birmingham? Napalm's watching from Pittsburgh. How you doing? Lundo Spark, I mentioned in England. Juan Van, good morning to you. How's it going there, Phil? I don't know anything about the MSDN sub changes. I am not familiar so I can't speak towards what's going on.
Oh my.
Yes, that works again. How's the Neon Link project coming? It's coming along very well. I'm going to be spending more time on that over the next few days because I'm going to be in Las Vegas, not next week, the week after, and I'm going to be using Neon Link there. I think I've got my closed captioning working, so there's a lot more stuff that's going to be introduced with that, along with allowing other folks to use it, adding login capabilities. Phantom on YouTube says, Claude was down last night. Teach me your Copilot ways. Oh, I've got folks that were using Claude, had the maximum Claude subscriptions, and have tried out Squad and have said, I'm not going back. Squad is really good. We'll dive into that a little bit here. Let me get the Stream Beats. Where'd it go? I want the Stream Beats Synthwave playlist here today. Where is it? Synthwave. Just some synthwave music in the background that's just groovy, fun to listen to. And we'll start here with this song. This is called Rad Panda. This is music that's DMCA free. It's royalty free. Listen to it wherever you'd like, but we're going to listen to it here on Twitch. Big thanks to Harris Heller and his team of creators for this music we're listening to today. Give it a little bit more there. Let me see here. PC Nerd, how's it going there? Vegas, yeah, that's right. Hey, how you doing, Taylor and Code? Yes, we're going to see a bunch of folks in Las Vegas. I'm looking forward to it. Is there a way to turn down Jarvis on the output? Really? Yeah. And I just did. Of course, the public map is running out there. If you want to share your location, you want to, right when folks say something like, hey, I'm watching from, where did it go? From Pueblo, Colorado. We'll drop a pin on a map. You can get to the map. You can see more about what's going on out there. And then just click the button, click the link right there, and you can see the map we've got a handful of folks that are on the map. There you go. Right over here. A couple folks in the UK tuned in. We've got a couple folks over here in the States. And I've started adding a little bit of a highlight ring for folks that have been longtime watchers. So you'll start to see some of that popping up. So there you go. So all of that's gonna load in, and you'll see here on the map. So including, yep, there we go. There's C Sharp Titan in Melbourne. Yoni Torrado will drop a pin in Portugal. Absolutely. The Longtime Watchers Society. Yes. Billy, I've been watching for a while. Leeds, Norway. How you doing there, Kroot? Well, Kroot, I'm assuming. How you doing there? Yeah, well, so all of my pins are hats. You can see the little legend over there. We've got 10 pins on the map so far. And there's a couple of additional pins that I define there, including if Mom decides to put her location on the map. And I've told Mom she can share from whatever location she wants. And there's a special mark for when Mom says she's watching. So, how you doing, Eric? A lot of folks in the UK already. Look at that. You haven't had a chance to watch me live. It's great meeting me at VS Live in Orlando. How you doing there? Is it Gina Reist? Or is it Jean Reist? I'm not sure. But welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. Robson tuning in there in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Hello. Yeah, I got that right. I'll let the map stay up here for a little bit longer. At 2 p.m. in the UK, prime viewing time. Work is close to being over, so dial in and let's see what's going on with Fritz and the craziness in the States, because things right now are a little weird over here. I'm not gonna lie, it's just a little weird in the States. Like, can't deny that one. I've got my Witcher glasses, right? These aren't Witcher. What's that logo? Oh no, I'm sorry. These are the Fallout Brotherhood of Steel glasses. Let's wear these ones today. You have a squad question, says John Peter. I have given it instructions to keep sequel added to the sequel project, but I have to keep reminding them to do it after a sprint. I've seen this also, where occasionally the squad forgets some of your directives, and you need to kind of reinforce what's going on with it. It's supposed to remember it, and it's supposed to get into the main directives that the squad has, so that it always remembers those things. Whack it across the knuckles. That's a great idea. Just do that. And maybe that'll help out. So, let me head back over to the main screen here. DJ Vortex, good to see you in Cardiff. Oh my goodness, we've got a Welsh viewer. I was so happy to see that the Wrexham AFC in the EFL Championship won again over the weekend. They won their match. It is tremendous to see how well they're doing. They're now 4 points clear of the last playoff spot. Dear Lord, they have a shot to get promoted to the Premier League. Like, their stadium, their playing grounds, is not Premier League quality by any stretch. But they're suddenly going to get an infusion of money to get it done. If that happens, even if they don't get it done, like even if they don't get into the Premier League, to finish in the top half of the table in the Championship is amazing. Oh, it's amazing. So, it's just amazing, fantastic. It lost your lead the one time you came back. Oh no. Yeah, so when you work with your squad, it should be saving that stuff to disk.
Oh my.
And then you sync it to your source code repository, and Bob's your uncle. It just works at that point. So, how is Squad different from Anti-Gravity? I'm not familiar with Anti-Gravity. Help me out. What's Anti-Gravity? Google Anti-Gravity is built for user trust, whether you're a professional developer, a hobbyist, vibe coding in your spare time, or anyone in between. No. So Anti-Gravity looks like it's a full development experience. Squad is a plugin. Let's go take a look at Squad. And I'll give the quick recap. No, I still had a browser open.
Yes. The position has locked. 48.1 north. 6.2 west. Final coordinates. No further drift expected. The destination has been reached. Coordinate reporting is terminated.
Okay. Thanks. I want to talk to you about Squad. Let me head over to the code. Thank you. Let's head over. I'll introduce and give the once over, talking about what Squad is here, and then we'll dive in and use this a little bit. Okay. Is there a way to have Copilot always select the squad instead of agent? No. Yes and no. I'll show you. Where to go? I had Squad. So, our friend Brady Gaster, and he started poking around in our Discord now, and we set up a Squad channel there so we can talk about Squad specifically. Squad is a tool that allows you to easily add teams of agents to your project. Teams of agents that have specialized roles, responsibilities, and skills. You don't have to think about writing directives and coordinating and getting these various agents to talk to each other. It does it for you. Okay? We ran into this over the weekend. Ralph runs for those of you that are using Squad, Ralph runs a heartbeat. When you start using Ralph with Squad, and it runs it on GitHub Actions, and it was burning through GitHub Actions. So be careful. Easiest way to get started with Ralph right now: NPX GitHub Brady Gaster Squad. Hey Chuck, good to see you, and M. Pulowski in Maryville, Washington. Thank you so much for chiming in. But this will get you started. Hey, there we go with a resub.
Paulowski just resubscribed for 69 months. C# wave C# party.
Hello, thank you so much. So run this in a folder that you have a project. All right. And let me see. We're going to work in this one. Let's just go to a new tab. Come on. There we go. And we'll jump over to my D drive, and I'm just going to make a new app here. Test new app. All right. And let me bring in Squad, and we do that with NPX. Hey, Exceldro, how you doing there? Welcome. And this is not a .NET specific thing. This works with all technologies. So you want to use .NET, you want to use Java, you want to use Python, you want to use TypeScript, you want to use C++. This works. NPX GitHub, Brady Gaster /Squad. And oh shoot. Hang on, I'm in the wrong folder. Right, what did I call it? Yeah, test new app. Now do that again. Nalian, how you doing there? Wookie73, how you doing in Kuwait? Hello. We'll just bring up the map so we can see a couple new entries here. So great to see. Thank you so much for folks with new entries here on the map. Always great to see some friends. I know this is Chuck playing around, but great to see some friends in Africa, Middle East, and Asian part of the world. Thank you so much. Nalian in Austin. We got a couple folks in Texas this morning. So, watching the sky. Oh, it's cloudy over here, so we didn't get the what's it called? That's still a typo, Patty Boy. So we didn't get the lunar eclipse that we were supposed to see. But all the best to you over there, Wookie. I'm sure there's a lot of activity. They did make it dead easy to upgrade Squad to the latest, and there's more coming. So Squad puts down a bunch of files here, okay, that you can start working with. Now, you can open Copilot and jump right into where is it? I believe you can just run -- agent squad and it will jump right in and start using the squad agent. Jeremy!
All the squads.
All the squads. How you doing there? Thank you so much for the resub there. There's a handful of things that I'm keeping track of. Did we just unlock a hype train? I think we did. 65 months. Jean Valjean, how you doing there? Toasted Snake, you're going to put Singapore on the map for us? Do tell. I'm not sure. Yeah. So, Toasted Snake, give me some sort of a greeting that indicates that you're from Singapore, and it will pick up and plot that on the map. So, can you have a squad of squads? There are folks working on that, actually. So, hey, like Jean Valjean there. Hello from Germany, and we've got an entry there. In Germany, let's get Singapore up there for Toasted Snake. How you doing, Mythin? Hello. So, new viewer from Love the Hat. Really? What is this? Squads of Squads? A company? A startup? Kind of. System 32 delete 124. Oh my goodness. A handful of entries coming in here. How you doing? Unbound Acceptance joining in. Hello, hello. Let me fix Cy Gamma there with that goofy Love the Hat. What is that? Like, it doesn't get much more incorrect than that. There we go. Let's drop Cy Gamma there. Yeah, there we go. Now we got Singapore. Fantastic. Yeah, thank you so much, Toasted Snake, chiming in from Singapore. We've got a hat there for you. Let me see. Wow. And oh, there's Mom. How you doing? So, come on, let's see it pop up. There's a couple of entries here that are going to jump in. Yup. So, Are you
wearing clean underwear? You better be wearing clean underwear.
I am, Mom. I am. Hey, Phantom. So that should have been a mom specific icon there. I don't know why it didn't, but there we go. Phantom in Pittsburgh, along with with Napalm over there. So I've got some more work to do here on the map, it looks like. So yeah, fantastic. This is tremendous. Thank you so much. 28 folks on the map at this point. So there's other mom-like quotes in there. That was like a prototype, typical mom quote, but there are some other real quotes from my mother that Charlie knows. The Stream Data API response, everything is lowercase except service, and you hate it. I don't know what to tell you. And stuff like that happens. Psi Gamma dropping a pin for us on Tampa. Thank you. Thank you so much. So let me head over. I was talking about the squad. Let me get back in over here. I was mentioning that sets up. When you run Copilot -- agent space squad, you get command line experience, and I'll scooch this up so you can see there. And it's running with the squad agent. There is a we are working on a squad CLI that basically wraps this. It does all of that setup for you. Copilot does have a CLI, yes. Some say that the CLI actually came out before Gemini and Claude, but that's fine. Happy Tuesday to you, Digital Drummer J. Hello. So when you have the squad available there, I'm going to put this into autopilot mode. So it's just off down here. So autopilot mode. Shift tab and you can change that mode. And I can start telling it to do things. So let me use hey, look, there, see, Charlie sees moms here. I want to establish a squad that's named after characters from Scooby-Doo that are going to work on building a simple blog website for us. I want to make sure that we have front-end developers, a back-end developer that's going to help manage data storage, maybe someone that's going to help with GitHub operations so we can deploy content easily and rebuild our blog website. Oh, and let's make sure we have somebody who's a specialist in social media to help us put the interactions into our website so that we can share content out to social media. And this is going to establish a squad of agents. Now, the important thing to know here is that as this is doing its thing, it's going to start running background tasks. And we're going to be able to see that we have multiple tasks running in the background for a single request and outputting here on the screen. So, wouldn't a WebSocket be better than fetching every 500 milliseconds? For what? Yes and no. And I'll just leave it at that. Yes, but as soon as I have multiple servers, no, it breaks. It would be, but as soon as I have multiple servers, it breaks. Because I need to have sticky servers, and I don't want to pay for those extra capabilities. So, oh, here comes UNESCO trying to get Charlie to respond and do that. Yeah. So, as a quick and dirty website that runs for 3-4 hours while we're here live on stream, just do the refresh. So, okay. So I'll post in the squad channel. Hey, Scherer. Yeah, look at that. We got a couple folks in the Southwest now. Good to see you. Yeah, lots going on the map already. So that's going to go to town here, and it's going to allocate for me a squad with agents and characters that are going to do and work on these things here. So, Eddie, how you doing in Charlotte? Hello. I'm keeping an
Master Fritz, might I suggest that rushing into production without proper testing is extremely unwise?
You're right, and that's why I like to put testing folks on my squads. So you're right, Charlie. I'm arguing with my chatbot. These things happen, I guess. All right. Go to my Q&A here. Neon Link. So Squad bolts on to any project and lets you start adding, committing, and getting this content so you can work with it. Now, there are other projects that do stuff like this, like Gastown. Gastown is like the Kubernetes of doing this. If you don't know you need it, you don't need it. Gastown starts between 10 and 30 agents. And when you send a request in, it sends 10 and 30 requests out. And it will burn through your Claude requests like that. Squad forks tasks. So I put in one request to allocate the squad here to my into Copilot. Now I'm using Claude Opus, which has a 3x multiplier, right? So every one of my requests is actually 3 requests. So I've used 3 requests, and I've got a team set up of Fred, Shaggy, Velma, Scrappy, Daphne. Scribe is our memory manager. Ralph is our development manager that's going to keep things alive and nudge things along here. So now I can give them directions and requests for what I want it to build, and it will fan out those requests as a single request. Let me show you. Let's get started building our blog website. I want a website that'll manage my blog, that will have different ways for me to create articles. Maybe we start with just creating articles as writing Markdown and saving it into a GitHub repository, and we render it on screen. I want to make sure that every article has a set of social media share buttons so that we can share our content out to various locations. Additionally, I want to make sure that there is appropriate robots text files so that we allow search engines to come through and take a look at our content, but block AI bots from parsing and turning things into their content. Give me a 3 milestone plan for how we can get started with this. And now it's going to take my request, turn that into a plan, and give me some ideas of what it wants to do. And this is what Squad does. Because I can dictate and get this working, we're able to do many things at the same time. So here it is, thinking through all the things. And here we go. So Fred, our architect, is on it and is going to create a 3 milestone plan. Now, right, this is just the start. You can add this to any project, and it's, let's open another panel here. So while the AI is going to town up there, I'm going to jump in over here, and let's go to here, and I will show you what it's written behind the scenes, right? So here's my squad folder, there's my list of agents, and we can see, let's go to Fred. Fred has a charter, and this looks like code that anybody could write, right? Like, this is Markdown. Like, this is so accessible, non-technical folks can read this, interact with this, and benefit from this technique. So it generated an identity. It generated, here's what it owns, how it works, and there are boundaries. What model should it use? How does it collaborate? Notice it's going to read and work with a decisions document. That document is down here. And decisions that the team makes will get written down in here. And you can go back and take a look and review. This is all generated and managed for you, but also it brings in, and as we give it directions, it generates skills. So it's getting the context and learning what you want built and generates these files, so it gets better at the tasks and the projects that you're working on. That's fantastic, right? Let me catch up a little bit here. What's the squad experience like using the free models? It's not bad. It's not as explorative as using Sonnet and Opus. The GPT models, it will run really fast with, but it's not going to do some of the discovery that they work on. Hey, Coffee Before Code. Where is this site? This is on GitHub. This is called Squad. You can get your hands on it right there. So I'm just kicking off and telling it, hey, let's go and figure out what we want to do here and give me some milestones, give me some direction of what we want to do. Let me see here. On LinkedIn. Hey, on LinkedIn, Colin asks, Squad must use sub-agents, right? Wrong. Squad uses tasks, not
I'm
sub-agents.
making a note here.
Are you?
Huge success.
Good, okay.
At
That's what I'm
failing
talking
basic programming concepts at Screwer JA. Your consistency is remarkable.
That was Scherer over there that Charlie's picking on now. So each task does get its own context window. So it's not multiplying requests. Okay? So here we go. Let's move this down a little bit and take a look. So here's Fred's plan for building a blog. Markdown blog engine MVP. Build the foundation markdown files and content posts to rendered HTML pages. Scrappy scaffolds the project. Velma builds markdown parsing, content model, robots text. Shaggy handles layouts. Done when you drop an MD file in, rebuild and see it live. Milestone 2 is to add social media sharing. Daphne builds share buttons, open graph Twitter card meta images, and so on and so forth. Right? Ready to kick off milestone 1, just say the word. Time to build, and because I put it in auto mode, it's off and running. So 3 of my agents are running as tasks. Scrappy is scaffolding, Velma is working on content model, and Shaggy's working on layouts. Now I can see my tasks that are running by running the /tasks command, and we will see the background tasks here as they kick off. Launching. Okay, it hasn't actually started yet, so I'm kind of in a little bit early. Another VS extension to make. You're tired, boss. Neural net nemesis. I have a VS extension for this that I started called Squad UI. You can find it in my GitHub repository. Yeah. Show me the tasks. Fan out the team and get started. Why did I type that? I've been doing voice typing. Thank you so much for the follow. How does creating the app cost token-wise? It doesn't cost token-wise. Let me bring you back from the Stockholm Syndrome that is Claude. With Copilot, you don't pay for tokens. You pay for requests. Here at the beginning of March 2026, you pay for $10 American a month gets you 300 requests a month. 40 gets you 1,500 requests a month. That's the current pricing right now, right? Because this is recorded. Folks may see this in the future and the pricing model may change. But you pay for requests. Now, there we go. And it's still not showing me the background tasks. They changed the UI here. Wait a second. Hang on. And I've got an update waiting for me. Let's go do that update. Yeah. Go do the update. And let's resume that. All right. Yeah. Resume the work. I have a feeling that tasks, like, this was changed since we were last together coding. And yeah, background tasks. Right? No. Go ahead, take a look. Brady, how you doing there? So I'm just giving the quick nickel tour of Get Started with Squad, and there's folks here asking. During .NET Conf, yeah, helped you get a laptop with a 4050 GPU. Fantastic, Colin. Oh, I'm glad that worked out for you. Yeah, our friends. That's very cool. Oh, I didn't. Hang on. 1 second. I forgot to put it back into auto. Hang on. And I didn't change.
Atari logo hat confirmed.
Let me change back over here. Yeah.
Fragment 1 of 4. Delta. Alpha. Romeo. Kilo. Sequence initiated. No. The full address requires all segments. Continuing.
Okay. So if we take a look at tasks now, see, it's I can't navigate around in here anymore, and I can't. This feels broken to me. Like they rolled this out, and I can't do anything in that. You used to be able to see, here's the tasks, and you can see them kicking off and running behind the scenes. But this isn't working, and my navigation button doesn't work. None of these things work in the tasks feature. Why is it using 4.5? So it's deciding to step down the model that it's using so that when it is doing some very focused coding tasks, it doesn't need to go and think. It's got a clear direction of here's what you need to go do, and it's going to go build that using a less expensive model. When it needs to think about things and plan, then it will go do an exploratory model that does more there. Control C twice and bump to a new, and then jump to a new terminal.
I'm so sorry, but your code has more problems than a Dalek at a staircase convention.
Wow! A Dalek at a... okay. That's interesting. I'm going to do a Copilot resume, and I'm going to specify right off the bat here that I'm using a Squad agent. Can you use Squad together with SpecKit? Sure, but why? Go into autopilot mode, yes.
Young developer, your skills are impressive, but you are not a Jedi yet.
You guys are really
Continue learning.
Tinkering and pushing
Under my
Charlie
observation.
around. Funny, it was creating the website with Astro. Sure, you can do that. It also changed font color on me. Yeah. No, doesn't work. That's broken. Nope. Broken. So that's Squad. Now, and we should see it kick up and run many instances here. Tasks. Now, I understand there is a CLI that we can get into here. Where do I get the CLI, Brady? I haven't downloaded it yet. If I don't use SpecKit and Squad, what keeps projects in spec? You tell it to create Markdown, and it will follow it. So it's actually creating. Here, I'll show you. That one can go away. I've got too many of these things open. It's creating Markdown and project information in this folder. You can point it to GitHub and tell it create issues for this, and it will write those out for you. And you can also, one of the things that I like to do, you'll see this in some of my projects, I'll do stuff like this. Create and manage the system documentation for this that you can refer to inside of a folder /doc. And you didn't get my... There we go. And it'll manage and put those into a doc folder for you so you can see them. So you have options. Yeah, update broke things. So that's a thing. We're going to look at Aspirify a bit today. We're going to work in Minecraft. And I got to show you where we are with the Wingtip Toys demo. All right, then I'll do that another time. Let me back up. This is running and it's not going to do... It's not, yeah. Copilot be broken. Copilot be broken. How far can you get with the Claude Pro 20-month subscription? $20 a month subscription? Don't know. Haven't used it. It is an Atari hat slate board. That's right. I'm catching up on some of the questions that were in chat here. Have I experienced squad rebooting issues? The team doesn't really call your team. I have not seen that, no. I have not seen that. So, big thanks to everybody that's shared their locations. We've dropped pins on the map. So, and you can find that. There was a link to the map over there. Going to start messing with the managed agent framework. I don't know. I'm not sold on it. Wiley, Texas. Fantastic. And I saw Barcelona jump in there. There we go. Yeah. So, team fan out when Copilot decides to steal control. Yeah. Let me head over here. I'm going to kick up and we're going to run a couple projects at once here. And it's, you're going to be spinning back and forth, keeping an eye on things. How can you always use the best models every time? What do you mean by best? Best is a matter of perspective. But what you can do is inside of your document, inside of your list of agents, you can go into their charter. And where is it? There's a thing here that says, and you can specify which model it should use right there. Spec Kit is a little bit overkill. Code with Sean, how you doing there? You like the hat? Check that out. A little bit of kanji underneath. Instafluff told me what that said, and I forget what it says now. Do you remember when we used to write code? Right? What Sealand? Where the heck is Sealand? So, all right, let me head back over. I want to show you where we got to with the Blazor components, because this is exciting to me, okay? Take a nap, and reset for our next milestone. I've got 1,400 tests passing. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is what I want you out there to start thinking about. Blazor Webforms Components was a collection of components that we started writing in 2019. Literally 7 years ago, we started writing this project, okay? And the idea was, hey, we've got a cool new user interface framework called Blazor that runs great on the server, but we've got folks that have been left behind on the old ASP.NET Web Forms user interface framework. Wouldn't it be great if we could give the same syntax for markup to Blazor that we used in Web Forms and output the same HTML? That's a pretty bold claim. We worked at it for months and we got like 10 components built, and it took a long time. I set Copilot on it and we started getting somewhere. 2, 3, 4 components getting done each day. And then I put Squad on it. The Squad has been demolishing the work that we've had for it. I've got a rewritten samples website out here so you can see exactly what all of the components work and look like. Not only that, but you can test all of these and see exactly what they do. You can see we thought we were never going to get charts. We got charts. Charts work. Okay? I've got data grids that work. The grid view, one of the most sophisticated components. It works. Okay? So now how do we test this? How do we go back and test this, John, to make sure that everything works?
I prepared a special reward for your exceptional display of incompetence.
Really?
It's cake. Just kidding. It's more disappointment.
Ouch. Ouch. Sealand is where's Sealand? Micronation. Okay. Wow. I'm impressed. I did not know. I wasn't familiar with that. I learned something new today. Thank you, Sean. So I've been building and having Squad grind away at finishing off and polishing the components. I put it on its first big conversion yesterday because I think we really have something here. And it's sitting in. We're gonna do this today. We're gonna make this thing a thing today. That was very explanatory. So over here, and what I'm calling, where is it? Where did you go? I don't see it. Did I merge it? No, it's right there. I told it to migrate Wingtip Toys. Wingtip Toys is a demo that was written in 2013. Wingtip Toys is a demo that was built with web forms, with SQL Server 2013. That was built. I mean, literally, this code is almost 15 years old. This code can drive. And I had to generate an executive report. Migrating this website by hand is going to take about 60 to 80 hours. It's going to take you about 2 weeks if you're a good developer. With Copilot, it's going to take you about a week. With the Blazor Web Forms controls and my pipeline that I've got built, it's going to take you 2 days. I think we can make this even faster, and we're going to work on that today. Check this out. The homepage originally looked like that. Where's my side-by-sides? I had side-by-side documents here. You're not going to show me. What? The actual migration that I did, I'll show you. I have the document here locally. On my wall clock timeline is all spent out here. The migration analysis took 13 minutes. The actual automated script to do most of the migration, 30 seconds. 30 seconds. The more you know. There was a component that didn't quite work properly. I went and fixed it. Took about 2 hours on the clock. Verification, 2.5 hours. I updated the way that list view ran. That took about another 30 minutes. Updated the way that some of the data works. Wired up some other features. Total wall clock. Fully functional site, 11 hours. This is tremendous. Less than 20 minutes per page when you average it all out. I'm thrilled with how this performed. Get back up here. There is a side-by-side comparison. Oh, it got rid of my side-by-side in this document. No, I had a side-by-side version of this. Get back here. Hang on. No. It's looking really, really good, man. Where'd it go? I had it. Yeah, there's my comparison stuff. No. Fix this. Yeah, you're done. I want the side-by-side comparisons of the web forms version of the website and the Blazor web forms components versions of the website. I want that side-by-side image back in my executive summary document for the Wingtips Toys migration. Period. Can you update the document for me? There we go. Like, come here. This. I had come here. Docs. No, not that one. Where'd they go? They were side by side. Oh, and I did this also. I thought this was kind of cool. So, verification that the rendered HTML is what it says it is. That was cool. Here we go. It's taking pictures now. Restoring side-by-side screenshots. So it's actually opening Chrome to take screenshots. You think you got it in Spec Kit? I say read Constitution and ensure compliance in Squad. I say Cletus, do your job. Exactly, Lovis. There you go. There's 2 screenshots of the app next to each other so you can see, like, okay, it's the front page. Big deal. It's going to get to some of the other pages here. Am I accepting the final result because it's working, or am I planning to review the code? I'll review the code a bit. I've got unit tests and integration tests and acceptance tests that verify that all of these things work. So I'll go through and execute and work with and review that those things do what they're supposed to. See, you took the screenshot bad there, friend. And I'll look at the code in places where I want to make sure there's more sophisticated things that work better, but I'm not going to look at it as much. Let me see. Hey, Colin's over on Twitch now. What's my workflow for switching projects like that? Different chat session with different squads? Yup. So I've got this tab working, and it's looking at and doing things with the project here, and it's updating my report. Let's take a look while that's running. Oh, I'll go back to the Scooby-Doo group here. Created comprehensive system documentation in my doc folder. So if I go back to here for that sample that I was talking about, now I've got comprehensive documentation of here's what it's going to build for folks that were talking about SpecKit. So you can use SpecKit. You can use that with this. But as Brady was saying, it's kind of overkill because it's outlined all the things for me here that I want it to do. Here. Okay. Get started building milestone 1. And away it goes. I don't need to think about it. That squad is working over here in this tab. I've also been working with, right, and this is where you can start thinking and getting outside the box. I've been working with Aspire and Minecraft because I'm a fan of Jurassic Park. I'm a fan of sci-fi movies, right? I was talking, Mom, are you still there? I saw Mom in just a second ago. Mom? I'm doing my best David Letterman impression when he would talk to his mother when she would visit.
Why don't you go outside and play? It's a beautiful day.
No, it's not, Mom. It's kind of raining and disgusting out there right now. So,
Hey, Mom! We get some meatloaf! We want it now! The meatloaf!
What's she doing? I never know what she's doing.
There was a scene in the original Jurassic Park where the entire power for the island, for the dinosaur island, everything, all the computer systems are shut down. And they go and reboot, and they literally turn the power off, and then they go and turn the power back on. But they need to restart all the systems. And a little 13-year-old girl comes and sits down at a computer system because she's a hacker. And she starts looking at, and she says, oh my gosh, I know this. It's a Unix system. And it's a three-dimensional display of everything that's going on the island and all the things. What if we could do that with our code? Because we have Minecraft. It is the worst Hollywood PC UI. I completely agree. It is awful. But I can do that in Minecraft. So let's start Minecraft. And we're going to tweak and work on this while our web form components are updating. In fact, they're probably... Come here, you. Restored side-by-side comparison screenshots. Yeah. We're gonna get into Aspirify here in just a second. There we go. They're not, the zoom level's wrong and the contents of the shopping cart are wrong there, friend. What are you doing to me? What are you doing to me? Question mark. This is a terrible presentation of the features between the two. What are you doing to me? This is a terrible presentation of the features of the two versions of the websites. Period. The screenshots should be at the same zoom level and show the same data on screen. Period. Make sure you add the same content to the cart when you get screenshots of that to show. Period. Take a look at the images that you got screenshots of, and fixed them for my report. There we go. Go do that. While it's doing that, let's go dive into Minecraft because I like Minecraft. You didn't say the magic word. Oh, that'd be fun to dial in. So, here's a town based on a sample system that I told it to build. So I've got 4 towers over here with purple stripes. Those relate to .NET projects. I've got a couple blue cottages over here. They're a nice azure blue because Azure. Those are Azure resources. I've got some round silos back there because databases are silos, and so are these. These little cottages over here with the yellow stripe, that's a JavaScript project. With an orange stripe, that's a Python project. I'm sorry, that's a Java project. With the blue and yellow stripe is Python. And I've got a little fruit stand in the middle here with a couple of NPCs. And you might recognize some of those NPCs. And I've updated the layout of our town so that there are now minecart tracks that connect behind the buildings, and we need to fix these intersections so that when there's an error, we're going to dump out a minecart and it'll run. You see there's even redstone there, and it'll run all the way to the back of town. And of course, I've got a little light up dashboard here so you can see uptime on things. Something's down, that's why we've got some rain here. My API is unhealthy. And I've got 3 horses in the front because they're my horses. Anyways, so we've got some work to do there. Particularly, I want to make sure I get these minecart tracks correct. So let me grab a screenshot of that. No! Darn it. I moved. There we go.
Legal in 9 countries.
So let's go back over and we're going to tell the squad to go fix it. Take it one step at a time. Fix it! We'll come back to that in a second. The minecart tracks don't intersect properly. The minecart tracks aren't intersecting properly. Take a look at the screenshot. And I'll just paste in the screenshot.
Sunshine. I'll be here swinging sarcasm like Lucille.
Okay then. The sound effects are coming hot and heavy. Look at this. All right, moving on. You love when it replayed how it had played? Yeah. So that's going to go to town, taking a look at that, analyzing the rail intersection issue. Yes. Looking at the screenshot carefully, I can see the problem clearly. I hope you can. Back over here on the Blazor Web Forms components. It started up IIS Express. So folks have asked, does this only work with .NET V Current? I have it working with .NET 4.5 and IIS Express. Yes, there's been some weirdness going on. Folks found there's a channel point redemption that called Ping the Net folks were playing with last week. That's out there. See? I've got to deal with this now. And keep an eye on things. I've got a voice mod request out there we got to get to. Sound effects are too loud for some reason. They're like 20 clicks higher. That's where the sound came from. Oh, there's lots more. And that's actually not that loud. Anyways, you didn't put 2 and 2 together. How you doing, Reese? So this is going to finish up. Oh my. Yes. This is going to finish up getting screenshots. Good. While we're fixing our Minecraft town, there's an east-west rail coming from the left, north-south rail at the junction. The rails are crossing, overlapping,
Debugging is
but
a
not
test
curving.
of will, and you're running out of time.
No, I'm not. I can see what looks like a minecart sitting at the intersection. The issue is that the existing minecart rail service dependency rails are interfering. Ooh. All right. So that's going to go to town working on that. I'm going to disconnect from my server there. And I'm going to move on to another project. So our Scooby-Doo folks are... It even created a Git repository here. And it finished building a bunch of stuff. Ready for milestone 2. Really? What did you build? Like, I don't even know what it built. So, it built this with Astro. Right? Where'd it go? Here. So, there's all my code. Public website, robots text, source for the website, components, content, layout, pages, built and running, and I can dive in and start working with it. That was a demo, so I'm just going to shut that down and move on to something more interesting. The oh my was loud. Yeah. We'll get those leveled out. You've seen some people say you should ditch instructions or agent MD files because all they do is fill your context window. I'm working, DGen 1, I'm working primarily and mostly with just Squad. And they have their own instructions kind of built in. So if we look at the... It's still working on that. If I go up here and I look at, I'm still in the old AI team folder structure, and Brady's not going to be happy about that because I need to migrate. It was renamed from AI team to Squad. So I don't have, there is a Copilot instructions here that is an overall thing for the components. I wrote this when I first started. I'm not explicitly using this anymore. I'm more working with the skills that are built out here for, and not even those skills, to be frank. Those are available, but Squad uses these ones primarily. Ragged Reese, that is a fantastic question. Let me bring that one up on screen and we can talk a little bit about that. Love that question. I am so glad you asked. This one. Let's talk about this. So what's a context window? Is that the token count that's shown? Kind of. The context window is how much stuff has been sent to the LLM to work with, right? So when you're working with Copilot, you're working with Claude, you're working with Gemini, and you give it a command, you give it an instruction, you ask it a question, right? You may write a sentence or two, you may write a paragraph, you may write a 4 or 5 paragraph document that you send it and tell it, go analyze this thing. The amount of stuff that's in that document, it makes up what's called the context that you deliver to it. The context window is how much that language model can accept and analyze in a single request. So when you give it things like an instructions file like this Copilot instructions file, right? This is a very long document that has all kinds of coding standards and information in it. It's 525 lines long. When I send a request to Copilot, it carries this document with my request. So that takes up more of my context window. If you wanted to also look at code files, those code files get included in the request that goes out to Copilot. Code with Sean with the gifted sub.
Let's see, and gifted Degen on a subscription. Code with Sean gifted a tier 1 sub to Degen 1.
Thank
They
you
have given
so much.
35 gift subs in the channel.
That is phenomenal. Thank you, Sean. And Degen 1, my goodness, 25 streams watching in a row. Thank you so much. So, to finish this, if you want to have Copilot or Gemini or Claude look at more content, you need to give it less instructions. And there's ways to play games with that. An example is skills. So skills, I think it was originally done by the Claude folks, by Anthropic. The idea here is that you have a skill that says, when I'm doing this thing, in this case, this is a pattern for creating demo pages, sample pages. Here's the instructions about how I want you to do that. So instead of giving the language model, hey, here's the complete template that I want you to use every time, right? Along with all these other instructions. When I tell it, I need you to go create a sample page for this component, it can grab that component's source code and this skill and focus on just that. So my context window that I'm using, because I'm bringing in just that skill, my context window use is much smaller. Consequently, then it can do more with it because we're not analyzing a whole bunch of other stuff. Additionally, you'll see the benefit of it doesn't get as confused because there's other junk that it was loaded in with that it doesn't need. Thanks so much. That's a great question. Yeah. So I'm normalizing skills into discrete instruction sets to reduce the context used per task. You got it, Reese. That's a great way to put it. Yep. You're having Squad use instruction files. Is there a way to reset this? Remove the instruction files. Yeah, just remove them or tell the Squad, turn these instruction files into skills. Yeah. Like, it sounds weird, and we talk about this a bit, but some of the best things that you can use to learn AI is to ask the AI about itself. Hey, can I do this? Hey, can you help me migrate from this format to that format? Yes. How are we doing here with this bit of documentation? It says it's still creating. There we go. That's what I wanted to see in this document. So, running applications side by side, and they look almost identical. There's a little bit of spacing difference between them. This is .NET 4.5. This is .NET 10. There we go. This is what I wanted to show you, right? There's .NET 4.5. Written back in 2013. This is what I generated. And there, the grid is one of the hardest components to recreate. And it looks... Come here, you. Give me the thing. It looks... The grid looks pixel perfect. Identical. Like, that's what I'm talking about. That's what makes this valuable as a migration tool. You thought the skills files were updated automatically? They are. If you have existing things out there that you're migrating into a squad, ask it to do that, existing instructions files, and it will help you arrange those and make that work. You just use Squad SDK to build a little app that spins up a container. It uses GitHub Copilot SDK and Squad SDK to run 2 agents that tell one another knock-knock jokes. Squads in containers autonomously. That's very cool. That's very cool. Oh, yeah. I like the sound of that. So, the Skills MD files that Squad manages. Yeah. If you've got a sample, send it over. Send it to me on Discord. I don't open and connect to my work stuff while I'm on stream. So, yep, that's what's gonna cause Skynet to launch Judgment Day. So, I really like where this is going and getting to, and we're getting there. Can somebody share a link for Charlie? Thank you so much, Sharer. Let me check in on the map. 33 folks on the map. Look at all the pins. Love it. So good. I'm going to do a quick refresh and see if it actually gets... Nah, it didn't fix Mom's icon there. We're going to have to do something about that one. We got 2 people in Pittsburgh today. What is that? Reese in the UK. Let's... There we go. Right? It just kind of... Did it actually get Sealand? It got where Sean was made. Mom, it found Sealand for Sean. Offsetting the Philadelphia stank. Look, Napalm, not gonna lie. You get off the plane in Philadelphia after you've been somewhere else in the wonderful world. You get off the plane in Philadelphia, and as soon as you step onto that jetway...
Don't make me come in there.
Okay. You step on that jetway, and you can smell that you're in Philadelphia. It has a different smell than New York City. New York City smells like urine. Philadelphia smells a little bit different. Not gonna lie. That's a thing. It totally is a thing. The smell of Vegas, a little bit. Philadelphia Airport always puts you in a bad mood. The problem I have with the Philadelphia Airport is they turned it into like every terminal gate is now a bar or a restaurant. Like, what is that? Learn something new. So there you go. Yeah. So it did so here's the thing. When I was a kid, like many teenagers, I camped in my bedroom and would either play Nintendo games. I saved up enough money for my paper route to buy a TV and a Nintendo. So I had a little 14-inch TV in my bedroom, and I was playing Nintendo games on it. And yeah, Mom would be unhappy because I'd be playing Legend of Zelda. And, come to dinner! Don't make me come in there! Oh, okay, Mom. How you doing there, Benny? Look at that. We'll drop a pin, a red hat for our YouTube viewer there in Los Angeles. Welcome in, Benny. Hope you're doing well. See, Mom remembers. There's a thing here. What was it, Patty? No. There was something about drawing lines on the map. I'm dragging around here. I don't know what you're talking about. Moving on. Back over to the code. Let's see here. Fixed all the side-by-side comparison screenshots. Home, products, and cart all retaken. Cart comparison. Good. Good. That sounds wonderful. And it looks like it committed them too. So here's where I want to get, okay? So friends, this is the intersection of Fritz working and Fritz streaming. Here's the thing. I work for a couple people. You might know them. I work for a guy named Martin, and a guy named, and dinner was always meatloaf. Mom making the meatloaf. So I work for a guy named Martin. I work for a guy named John Papa. You might have heard of him. Brady, send me a DM, private message. Right. I don't have you on my friends list. What? Stand by. Yeah. Go ahead, click that link I just sent you. Mom didn't always make meatloaf, but as kids, my sister and I, can you believe it? I've got a sister. My mother would make a breaded chicken cutlet with a white sauce that was based on...
I want to play a game. It's called Find the Bug Before It Finds You.
Based on cream of chicken soup. Oh my gosh. As kids, we loved it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Brady, you should have a friend request popping through there. Right? Yeah. Click that and you can accept it, and then you can send me a file. Or you can send me a link.
Confirmed. Arrival log. Activity detected. Yes. Something is happening there. No. I cannot determine the source. The access point appears active, but I cannot see it. Observation continues.
Okay, okay. Does it? Okay. That's good to know. It sounds like Codebase Alpha and Patty Boy are on this. Yes, a little bit, something like that. So, but playing games, that's right. I had a Nintendo Entertainment System, and it was tremendous. All right, let me download that, John. Come on now. Catching up here. Nope, know nothing about them. You people need to read my Discord. Here it comes, and then I need to stand by. Grabbing this MP4, I gotta bring it over. Grab that. I got you. Really? Sure. Let's see what I got here. Let's go find this. So many things going on. It's a wonder I can even pay attention to it all. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's see what our friend Brady has for us. And we can close paint.net. Dude, I double clicked open. Thank you. All right, what do we got? So, okay. So, knock knock. Got an environment example, and there's a token in there you're logging in. Get Docker Compose. All right, what do you got for me? Compose up. All right. Mm-hmm. Executing task. Oh my gosh, they're talking to each other. Oh, that's funny. Squad brain is real. It's coming. Oh, that's very cool. Okay. That's a thing. You try to use Copilot to update a medium-sized web form application. You don't need to be a rich man to do that. Because I can get you updated in a Wingtip Toys. Watch this. Go back over here. So that was, let me look at my usage. So this includes when I ran the Wingtip Toys yesterday. Okay. When I did that migration, and it was 120 premium requests. That includes me generating all of those reports and the screenshots that you saw me doing just here, okay? Look at this. 120 premium requests, you get 300 a month for $10. You can upgrade your web forms app for less than $10. Using the Blazor Web Forms components. Drop the mic. Let's go. Woo! That's what I'm talking about, chat. That's game changing right there. All right, Patty boy. Now we're talking. Have some fun. We're gonna have some fun. All right. We're gonna have some fun, and Mama C Sharp Fritz may have seen a little bit of this over the weekend. Brady saw it yesterday, and I am tickled pink at his initial reaction to what some of you are seeing. So, continuing. So, right, we did this migration of Wingtip Toys. It's not complete. And I'm gonna, oh boy. So like, where are we with migration of Wingtip Toys, pull requests, and the upstream repository? Give me a little bit of a status report. I'm running a live stream here, so say hello to our viewers and help me decide what's next. Do I have a pull request to merge? Do I have some next milestone planning? Do I have some... What do I got to do? You lost it. Yes. Yes. Don't say anything. So, but this is going to be a thing that evolves over the next 12 months. And I hope it's something that you enjoy, that we have fun with, and that quite frankly, brings in other folks who enjoy some of this stuff. So, I'm not, right? Fourth wall here. I'm not going to directly address some of those things here live on stream. There is a clear line that you're going to see between me working on code and playing with some of the things that are going on behind the scenes that are fiction. But I hope it's some fiction that you enjoy and that you follow along and have a good time with along the way. So, Patty boy, you're already getting them. We've already seen 3 hints today. There's another one coming. I'm on a live stream and asking for a status report. I already gave him the status in my previous message. He's asking what's next. Should we merge? But wait! The system is telling me the task is incomplete. Let me reread his request. I already delivered the full status report in my previous message. That was a direct mode answer. You punk. It's right here. Okay, fine. I do have a PR ready to review. 8 commits ahead of development. Pending. No CI changes have run yet. The full migration, EF Core and SQLite, and the shopping cart service. Checkout work. Checkout flow with a mock PayPal admin CRUD. ASP.NET Core identity and the executive report were just fixed. Are you kidding? Hang on, let's go merge this, John. Hang on. That's mine. Like, it may have gone along faster about this. Okay, pull request. Yeah. Feature, Wingtip Toys full feature migration. So, like Brady will tell you, I've been talking to him for a while at night about getting this thing moving along, and there's stuff that we've accomplished here that is off the charts exciting. Yeah, do it. And delete that. All right, so my dev branch now for the project. Let me show you. So the primary branch when you come to the Blazor Web Forms components is my dev branch. There's a main branch out here where the work actually, like, the live version gets merged into. But my Wingtip Toys summary is down here, and now anybody can get to this and see the updates. Okay. What's the tool I use for prompt dictation? Phantom, glad you asked. I'm just using Windows dictation. So if you use the Windows H hotkey on Windows 11, I happen to have it set up as a macro on my Digma Defy here, my keyboard. So it pops open this little jammy, and you can set up which microphone it listens to, right? Here, let me move you over so I can humble brag just for a second here. I have a few microphones. But it's set up on the one that is just this microphone you see me using here. So, and I like to leave that in the corner so you can see when I'm dictating. It will stop when you touch your keyboard. So, so it works well enough. There are other more sophisticated dictation tools out there. I've seen folks use Handy and some other things. That's great. This comes with Windows and works just fine for me. So, Eric on YouTube asks, does Squad work well with Java projects? Yes, it does. Not only does it work well with Java projects, it works well with every type of project. Are you kidding me? It does. It's so good. Okay. I see Patty Boy hasn't quite figured out. Yeah. There's a couple folks that are looking and they've discovered something and haven't quite figured it out yet. You're welcome, Phantom. Yeah. So I want to make this, what you see here, I want to make this a little bit more formalized so that the folks that are working on the Microsoft modernization tools can attach what did this and basically solve the web forms problem immediately, right? The web forms problem that it's too hard. Brady's used Squad with Java projects to make them and tweak them. Yes. Geez, Sean, trying to get his attention? So I merged that. List view crud prevents has 16 missing events for list view. Yeah, we should do that. Skins and themes I don't want to get into. All right. I merged the pull request, comma. Let's get into the list view updates, comma. And let's formalize some of the tools and skill files and things that we want to package that helped facilitate the Wingtip Toys migration, period. By this, I mean I want to have a folder that contains the skills and markdown documents and other payload that we want to give to another Copilot instance so that it can do the migration that you've figured out and done so well with. Yeah, there we go. Take a look, see. Oh, no. That's just fine.
That error message. Oh, it's crying for daddy, and I'm daddy.
Let me come back over here. Let's see what was going on with our Minecraft server here. What did we do? Preventing Minecraft from forming curves. Okay. Let's restart this one because it's been, yeah, this one's been going for a little bit. And I was trying to do boats, and the boats, not so much. The boats don't turn. Did you know boats don't turn in Minecraft? It's a fact. Let me update, make sure I've got the latest squad here. Squad and upgrade. Make sure I'm on the latest version. There we go. Yeah, go ahead. I want to migrate the directory, so I'm on the new structure. Go ahead. Which is .squad. Hey, Grego Waffles, how you doing there? There we go. All right, now go back into Copilot, Agent, Squad. There we go. Yeah, Charlie's got a thing. There's... Yeah. I'm going to get into Aspirify as well here. Good. Try again. Looks like there were some errors in the last tasks the squad was working on. Now, the squad has its own internal memory, so it knows what it was working on and the decisions it made. You started setting squad loose on your multi-layer Aspire AI project. Nice. It's helping you develop your data flows. Okay. Okay. Squad has some really interesting benefits for non-technical folks, for program managers, project managers, because you can stand up and like prototype things with no help from engineers, right? Like, this is fantastic. Or, hey, go over to that project over there and I want to talk about and figure out a thing here, and it will help you. Always check for mistakes. That's right. Yep. Like, to be sure, things you see me doing here live on stream and telling it design migration things here for the Blazor web forms controls, this is something that I have assurance on because I've got massive test suites behind these. I've got huge tracts of land. No, there's massive sets of integration tests and unit tests on these, and you can see that in this project's repository. Okay, over here on the Minecraft, there are tests on these, but unit testing and integration testing Minecraft, a little bit tricky. That's not something that we can typically do. On Sunday, you finished the last class of your degree program. Grego Waffles! We gotta celebrate that. Amen to that. Congratulations. Oh my gosh. That's fantastic. Oh, what's next? Graduation? And then try to take over the world. Right? And then, of course, once you're doing that,
And then?
yeah, and then, well, what comes next after that? Once you've done that, well, we know what happens after that. It's well, it's
I know nothing. Nothing.
yeah, nothing. Is it this one? Where the heck did it go? I can't find. I haven't used this clip in so long. Oh, there it is.
But what I do have,
but what you will have,
are a very particular set of skills.
Very particular.
Skills I've acquired over a very long career.
A very long career, and now I've got gray beard to prove it. Fantastic. Here we go. Haven't heard that one, right? I'm realizing I have so many sound effects here that I just have not used, and I need to figure out ways to use them more. Like, I need to dial this into Charlie to be able to use this.
Wait, Master. It might be dangerous.
I need to let Charlie be able to trigger that one every now and again. Right? Okay. Build failures or file locks. Yeah, okay, fine. Then I'll stop this so you can go do your thing. So now if I do tasks, am I going to be able to see the tasks in this one? Now I can see. It's running other things. And there's background sub-agents that are working as well. That's better. Now I can see. So, lots going on behind the scenes, and it's all one request, right? Because I restarted this. I told it to continue, didn't I? No, it was the other one I restarted. Bummer. That hasn't started up yet. Retrying failed rail work. Good. Do that. I had to play that clip right before our quote. You might be onto something. That could be fun. Where else do I want to go here before I jump back into Minecraft? Isn't ready. Aspirify. I had started down this path. Yeah, let's run this. So Aspirify.net is a website that I wrote that keeps track of the latest Aspire news. I haven't looked at or managed it since December. Bad on me. So I wrote an AI into it to be able to analyze the content and approve stuff automatically. Let's take a look. I haven't promoted it yet, but we can take a look at it. Because why write something when you can write an AI to do that something for you? This could never go bad. It could just go worse. So there's the website right there. There's a ton of supporting services. There's Azure Functions behind the scene. There's storage. There's a security database server. There's a Redis cache. And there's the website. I did go and reset all my tokens so I could run locally. A computer should never make a management decision. Totally agree. AI recommendations. Here we go. See if it actually works. If I get it hooked up right. Yes! Oh! Okay. So now it's making recommendations of what to publish. Why did you render 3.0? .NET Aspire and OpenTelemetry support and more. And it says, yes, publish those two. No AI responses for these items. Well, okay, I've got some work to do here. Like, so that's not bad. I'm not upset at that. It's from 3 months ago. But I wanted to review each one of these things. Like, think we gotta tweak and tune this a little bit. Let's go back into here. Okay, I think we've got a good start on this. When I have the AI review this content, I want it to actually fetch the HTML at the link provided and analyze the content that's delivered. Period. Each one of these analyses should be a separate request to the AI agent, so that we can run them in parallel. Period. Additionally, on the analysis results page, I want individual buttons available that allow me to accept the suggested articles to publish. Let it ride. Let's see what that does. All right, so I've got 3 squads working now. I've got my Aspirify.net website update that's working. I've got a squad over here that's working on the list view for my Blazor components. So we've got a comprehensive toolkit design. Brady, look at this. So a migration toolkit Dizig. There's a README, there's a quick start, just tell me what to do. Scan, migrate, verify. Control coverage, full 52 component table with complexity ratings. Methodology, 3-layer pipeline deep dive. A checklist. Copilot instructions template. Drop-in file for another Copilot. The key deliverable. Maybe. An architecture guide, an FAQ, and a case study. Link to Wingtips toys. I'd rather it be a skill than instructions. I think I'd rather this deliver a skill than instructions for the AI agent. Period. Take a look at the GitHub Copilot skill feature, and let's wrap up a skill.md file that has instructions as well as links to the Blazor Web Forms components NuGet package to install and use in migrating. Giddy up. Yeah, skills use less context. If we put down instructions, and we were talking about this actually just before you joined, about what a context window is, and Reese with a great question about what is a context window. And when we use skills, they're only brought in when the language model decides that, when Copilot or Claude, the CLI tool, decides that's something that is applicable. So, and you'll see folks out there that have it, and the reason they pivoted to using skills, they have instructions files that are literally pages and pages and pages, hundreds, thousands of lines of code and instructions and all that, and it just chews up your context window. So you don't get to look at as many files at once. So, and when you continue conversations, right, don't forget, information about the past questions and answers get carried into the rest of the questions that you're asking and interactions you have with the AI tool. So that's going to town. Still finishing the 9-document approach. Let me look at the existing migration skill and understand the current format. Portable, distributable skill that another Copilot instance can use, not just our project's internal one. That's right. Lives as a distributable artifact. That's right. That's right. Includes NuGet package installation instructions. Yes. Skills are bursty. What are they, balloons? Let's take a look back over here to Minecraft project while Aspire work is still being done over here. We're going to stop you for a little bit. Agent task on turn 56 returned a null response. Session died mid-work. Each building gets its own independent north-south rail, no shared trunk. Explicit southeast curves placed last in Phase 3. 2 neighbor rule enforced. No crossing possible. Uh-oh. I'm worried about this. Let's take a look. Let's restart these. And we're going to jump into Minecraft and take a look at our Minecraft server. And see what it's built for us. Jumping back over here. Yeah, I shut that down. So we'll restart this. Yeah, that's Aspire. That's shut off for right now while it's writing code. Console logs for the Minecraft server. Here it is, starting right now. But chat, am I doing too many things at once? Let me know. I need to take a look at these. At this. We're gonna move you over here. Yep. Okay. I was right. I was right. There we go. Skills are like balloons. And maybe I'm doing too many things at once. No way, dude. Why work on one project when you can work on... Well, I'm only working on 3. But in the evening, like... Especially with a nice bottle of Glenlivet, I'm working on upwards to 6. So... You just need people to stop interrupting? Working on more projects using the VR headset is tremendous. It is a tremendous experience. See, Sean's been out with me for a fine adult beverage or 2 or 4 or more. That's totally a thing. So, I don't know if you've seen this. I just want to point something out real quick. Sean's got a new icon, and there's this feature of lead moderator on channels now, and I don't have very many folks that are moderators, and they're all trusted friends that I'm happy to have hang out and help out on stream, and I've bequeathed him. Bequeathed? I've given him the lead moderator role. So thank you so much for your help on stream, sharing links, and getting folks information. So Glenlivet? I've always heard Glenlivet. Glenlivet? Okay. I will take that from a native. There we go. First service online. Yes, we've got achievements. So here we go. I love watching the Minecraft server start building all the things. Right? Like, boom, building, boom, building, boom, building. Like, our friend Fairy Wings wishes she could build buildings this fast. Boom. How many drinks does it take to be a software engineer? Yes. So, like, boom, here we go. Right? And watch this. Here comes the train tracks. Well, actually, one more .NET building and fruit stand. Right about there. There it is. And our little Aspire team friends. There they are. Here comes the train tracks. It's so good. It's so good. Okay, now what? There we go. Yeah, extend that train track. Those Azure buildings need access to that. Come on, what else? There it goes. So, look at that. Look at that. And now it's raining. Okay. Okay. And there's bridges over the tracks. I don't know. This is Java. Okay. Several things. It says the API server is down. It is not down. It is running. But I do have a button. I added a button so that I could simulate errors. Yeah, I got rid of the canals because boats don't turn. Did you know that? Reese knows this. Why didn't I know this? Boats don't turn in Minecraft. So you would get to the end of a canal and it would get stuck because it doesn't turn. I didn't know this. So let's see if this actually works. Yes. No, it didn't work. Nah, we need to go. Okay, so several things. It's detecting the upstate of the API service wrong. When you click that button, it's now supposed to create a minecart and put it on the track outside the API building and run to the end of the thing there. So I'm going to give it instructions to fix both of those, and we're going to go back to working on some of our other projects. See, somebody tell Martin, I can play Minecraft and use GitHub Copilot and teach people about modernizing their all applications all at the same time, and play a game behind the scenes and telling a story all at the same time. Here we go. I have a couple problems that we need to address. First, we're not detecting the upstate of the API project in the Grand Tower sample properly. Period. On the Aspire dashboard, it shows that it is healthy. However, in Minecraft, it reports that the service is down. Period. When I click the error button in our demo, it should be triggering a error being logged in OpenTelemetry. And now instead of spawning a boat, I want to spawn a minecart that gets placed on the track behind the building and rides out towards the exit at the southern end of town. Here we go. There's some fun mods where you can set up powered boat fleets with waypoints for them to go to. Ooh, that sounds fun. Okay. They don't turn in the Suez Canal either. One tried it last year. Yeah, that was a problem. That was a problem. So. Okay. All right. Error visualization change. Clicking the error button instead of spawning a boat. Yep. API project shows as healthy, but it reports as down. This is a recurring issue. Yeah, that's right. Fix it. So it's going to go start working on that. Over on the Aspire project, the cast of Seinfeld is working on this. Elaine is adding individual accept buttons. George is working on the HTML fetching and parallel AI analysis. Kramer is testing all of that. Okay. Back over on my Blazor components. Has the full picture. Yeah. Better front matter targeting external users. Some restructuring for clarity. Jeff's vision is clear. One comprehensive skill that serves as the complete migration toolkit, not a collection of 9 separate documents. That's right. It's okay to write the documents. It's already 631 lines and covers the full migration recipe, installation, control tables, code behind patterns, gotchas. One skill file is the product, not 9 separate docs. The separate documentation is nice to allow folks to learn about the project, period. Maybe having separate skills that are different components of the migration process are valuable. Period. Consider we could have a skill for migrating ASPX and ASCX files. Period. We could also have other skills for migrating identity. Period. Take a look at this. Consider how Copilot uses skills and give me a suggestion of how to move forward to optimally use your Copilot goodness. Yeah. Be nice to the AI. Portable, drop it into any project. NuGet first. Copilot optimized. Hey. And complete covers the full 3-layer pipeline, 52 components, architecture, decisions, and gotchas. Uh-oh. The sound of inevitability. There we go. The sound of my code failing. That's a problem.
Warning. Data corruption detected.
What?
Fragment integrity compromised. Raw output logged. No. Unable to parse. The fragment has been logged as received. Corruption source. Unknown. Continuing.
Okay. That's a thing. Let me see something real quick. Rats. All right. Well, I'll make a note of that for next time. Does the glitch respond to something I say or maybe something in the code? No. It responds to that. Somebody's doing that. All right, so that's going to town here. Hey, Ergenrod. Let me head back over to the map. Lots of folks on the map today. 37 entries on the map. Even Mom put a hat over there. Oh, that's the sound for squad's done. So lots of folks in the UK, Europe today. So there we go, Lancashire. How you doing, Surly Dev? Good to see you. Look at this crew in the UK. Right? Like, that's a thing. Yeah. Always cool. Now I've got to get to the UK and visit some folks. Ergenrod dropping a pin in Orlando. Nice day for us to all come out and say, hey, it's that special relationship. So, all right, moving on. One second. Okay. All right, so we've got 3 projects running. It's writing a skill. 852 line monolithic skill. Oh boy. Skill 1, migration. What is it? Installation, blah, 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 blah. Cross-references the other 2 skills. Identity migration, data migration. Nice. We were in Orlando in October. It was fantastic. Had a great time. Where am I? So that's going to town. How are we doing over here with the Minecraft? Rail junction curve fix is already committed successfully. Good. What else do we got here? I know this text is hard to read. API health detection. API project has a health endpoint that returns 200. Aspire dashboard shows it. Minecraft worker shows it as unhealthy. Okay. Minecraft code is already in place from previous work. Airboat service already spawns Minecraft minecart with a creeper passenger. Is the health detection bug. I don't think that worked for us there, friend. Found the bug. Health check registration name, not a URL path. Oh. Okay. Like, I could have gone and dug into and figured out. Have a good one, Brady. Thank you so much. Great seeing you. Then we'll get into some of those new squad features Thursday. So we'll kick that off. Oh, Aspire, let's see. HTML content fetching, parallel per article AI calls, individual accept reject buttons, all the tests pass. Good. Run that, John, also. You were going to see me when?
Your code's a puzzle, and I hold all the pieces.
I don't know. The jigsaw... The jigsaw quotes from Charlie are only mostly creepy. Mostly. Alright, that is Minecraft server. And it's not ready yet. It's still starting. There's Aspirify. I have a feeling in about 5 minutes, Patty Boy is going to go... Call it a hunch. Okay, so I have 2 Aspirifys open. Fine. Here comes the website. Good. Says it's running. Go back over here. Reload this. Analyze. Now it's off reading and looking at the things. Oh, I'm done coffee, man. Like, it's doing something. It'd be nice if it could show me. I'm going to be sending hats this weekend. At least the first 2. There's more hats that are coming. And I think they'll be next week. That they'll be going out. But hats are... First 2 hats are done. They're going to be shipping out. Next 2 hats after that will probably be shipping next week. Because I saw production on the Aspire hats is moving now. I don't like that this is kind of just stopped. I was looking at Saturday to do the live book reading. And we'll read the Time Machine. That'll be recorded and available on YouTube. But it's going to be a full day of that. And, okay, we've got 8 to publish now, according to this. Okay. Ooh, I like this. Look. Reject on these ones that are hiring with 95% confidence. Yes. Okay, I'm good with that. Right? There's no accept button. I told it. Oh, they're over there. Hello. So yeah, go ahead and reject that. Yeah, reject that one too, and that one. Aspire for JavaScript developers. What's this one? Yes, accept that one. That's a good one. That publish date is wrong. It should be January 12th. And it did not find a thumbnail. There should be a thumbnail with this, right? That's the canonical RSS. Style sheet, style sheet. Lots of style sheets here, man. Generator, icon, icon, icon.
Confirming prior fragment. Delta. Alpha. Romeo. Kilo. Yes. That is correct. Fragment 1 delivery complete. 3 segments remaining. Understood.
Sounds like it could be important. Okay, maybe there isn't a thumbnail for this one. All right, fine. That's a blog post. It's an article. Yeah, go. Oh, it didn't pick up the... it was David Pine on that. Go. So... I've got a lot more of those to go through, and it's going to reanalyze every time. Nah, dude. I've got a couple things we need to look at there. Fantastic. A couple things all go in here. Let's update Aspirify. This is great. I can see the analyses getting done and some good updates that have happened there, period. I have a problem where when I accept a article, I need to go through and double check all of the content that's been downloaded and populated for the article, period. This takes a little bit too much time. I want to make sure that that's already loaded for me and that I can go through it and accept and publish that article quickly, period. Additionally, I don't want to rerun analysis of all of the articles every time I want to look at the AI analysis results, period. You should show me, here's the previously completed analyses, and not require me to reanalyze all of the content again. Let that one run. Let's go take a look at what's going on with Blazor components, and then we'll come back over to Actually, I could look at Minecraft first, couldn't I? That looks like it started. So let's do Minecraft first, because that's more fun, and then we'll come back to the components. Here we go. And it's not raining. Let's start there. Uh-oh, I see a problem. The minecart tracks, they're not going to fit under the bridge. That's a problem. Anyways, back over here. Jump. There we go. So the API building is this one. So I'm going to go over to Here it is. Into my demo. And I have a button here on the API so that I can test create an error. Yes. Excuse me. And where's my error? Oh, I see it. I see it. I see it. There's a cart there, but it's nowhere near the API building. Right? Because the API building I thought was that one. Right? Is this the API? Oh, no, it is. Okay. So I've got a cart. It's just not moving anywhere. Can I get in the cart? Oh, it's not powered. I'm just kind of pushing the cart along. Come on, Mo, let's go. We're going to get around there and turn the corner and go. Like I see power there. Turn. Woo! All right. Now we're talking. Cruising in style. And crap. Well, that's how you get rid of your creepers right there. You just throw them in a ditch. That's a thing. Okay. Hey, let's go over to the to our villagers over here, townspeople. How you doing? They're just hanging out over here. I did mention that to Maddie, and she thought it was a hoot. You know, a hoot. Okay, this is good. Colon, we've got the health detection running properly for the building. And we need to work on getting some power to the rails that run through the middle of town. Also, I noticed that the bridges are supposed to go over the minecart tracks, and they do. However, the tracks stop and don't go under the bridge, and the bridge isn't tall enough for the carts to go underneath with a creeper on them. We'll come back and talk about putting the creeper on there in a second. When you embarked on your C# journey with Fritz, I did not anticipate taking cart rides in Minecraft. Right? It's so much fun. It'd be great if you could populate people to represent viewers from the stream when I'm live. I do like that. I do like that. Where would you see it, though? That would only work for me when I'm live. There's something there. Let me think about it. What was that thing that Charlie posted in chat a little bit there? Anyways. Okay, so we're working on that. Back over here. 3 skill split. So we have Blazor Web Forms migration skill, 400 lines. Blazor Web Forms identity migration, 150 lines. Blazor Web Forms data migration, 200 lines. That sounds good. Core skill went from 852 to 436. Okay. No, you put the PR in the wrong place again. So somebody was saying about, hey, it doesn't remember. I should host a permanent Minecraft server? Oh, Codebase Alpha is onto something. No, comma. Pull requests are supposed to go to the upstream repository, not to my origin repository. Yeah, that's right. Went to my fork instead of upstream. Fix it. Good. So let me see what I have, what it created here, so we can take a look. See, this one. All right. Sample scripts source migration toolkit. Okay. The pipeline, the overview. This is good. Exciting. Where did it put everything? Like, where is it? Squad, list view, CRUD, and toolkit. That's the name of the branch. Okay, I'll take a look at your PR then. If that's the way it's going to be, I'll go look at your pull request. Darn it. Nope. Wrong branch. This one. All right. 21 files changed. Show me what you got. Distributable Copilot skills. I don't want these in the .github folder. No. No. No, comma. I don't want these skills that we're going to be packaging and delivering in our .github folder. Instead, they should be in a dist or a migration folder that contains all of the files that we're going to be distributing for folks to enact this migration. Let's also put the scripts, the PowerShell scripts, in that folder along with those skills that we're generating and delivering for projects to consume. Move them around, organize it properly, make sure it's all in the right place. I could move that myself, but do it because I'm doing more of this. Go ahead, what's on my hat? Go ahead. Start the hat command.
Atari logo hat confirmed.
Damn Skippy. Here we go. What's on the other side of the brim? There's a little bit of kanji down there. I forget what it says. There's a way to get a I could do a thing. I could totally do a thing, right? If I do that, I can get a screenshot, and I can, right? I can do that. Come here. How you doing there, Northern Aviation? Hello. What does this say in English? And I'll paste that image I just took. General Zhao's chicken. No, that's not what it says.
Did you know that you can't actually just hope your way through a deployment? I didn't know that either until just now.
It's Atari. Cool. Oh, okay. Codebase Alpha is on to things. Oh, yeah. Very cool that that's... All right, so that's working. Let's see, what else do we have here? Restructuring the toolkit layout. Compaction complete. Still restructuring over here. I don't need you right now. Over here. Yes, this one. So migration toolkit. Here we go. Scripts. Skills. So do the scripts go next to the skills so the skills can call it? I need a drink. Strawberry sunrise. All right, sure, that sounds good. Ooh, I'm almost out of time. Holy crow. I'm clearly seeing reactions from Codebase Alpha in chat that he's onto something. This looks good. For our components, this looks really good. And getting this organized a little bit better is tremendous. Because the idea here is I want to package, right? I want to package our components with some AI skills so that other folks can run and go through this. It speaks in riddles. Let me see here. NuGet package, GitHub repository. That's good. Okay. Terrific. Core markup migration, control translation. This is 45% of your migration work. And it runs in 30 seconds. So here we go. There's these data source controls here that we may want to address. And I didn't do the wizard control. I didn't do the control Ajax control toolkit. Yeah, web parts isn't really a thing. And then the plumbing underneath of this, I feel like that's another step that we need to take in, or somebody else already has that built. Yeah. Oh, you're getting some good questions. Does Torchwood? Nope, nothing to do with Torchwood. Nope. How long will this take? So, yeah, I wanted to get that into the 90s. That reduction effort. We're getting there. Oh, we're getting there. And I just heard another chime. How are we doing? Fixes to the little list view with 43 new tests passing. 3 Copilot skills, 2 PowerShell scripts. So, go back over here. We should have... Yeah, we got some... There's some conflicts in the merging with the AI team files. Can you go fix those? I love not having to figure out... How do you talk to Charlie? What? Let me see. Yep, to fix those merge. All right, how do we doing over here? Bridge clearance, raise the deck. Rail continuity, good. Support pillars change from stone bricks to oak fence, so minecarts pass through freely. It didn't... Did it add power to the... Did you add power to the tracks that run behind the buildings? I don't think there's power going to them, and I have to push. Let's see what it says. Oh, Patty boy. Yep, East-West Rail Code. While that's running, let me get ready to jump back into Minecraft. So that's going to resolve over here, back into my Grand Village. Minecraft. Come on. Start up that server. Here we go, applying patches. Good. Let's take a look. Yeah, come on. Ah, there we go. All right, back in. Jump over to my Minecraft controls. There's my observation tower. Right, so you can kind of climb up and stand up on top here and look down and see the world come to life. And the stairs are still crap over here. Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? There it is. There's town. Here we go. And then I'm going to need to wrap up here in a few minutes. I see a couple folks putting pieces together here. Oh! Oh. Alright, so we should see walkway bridges over the rail tracks. Come on. Okay, there's the little fruit stand with our friends in it. Lake at the back. Okay, first train track, and that looks completely powered. Okay. There's additional train tracks forming. It is so weird to watch train tracks form going across town like this. But so cool at the same time. Right, connect up. Ooh, look at that. That's a bridge and a half. And they do connect and go over it. I mean, that's a thing. But are they powered? I guess they're powered. Oh no, the bridge goes right into the middle of the fruit stand people. All right, let's try and create an error and see what happens. Come on. Down here, API. Yes. There's a Minecraft cart here somewhere. There was. Did it already, like, zoom out? I don't see it. Yeah. Good. Yes, we've got all of them, and it looks like it's working. I don't see the mine carts being placed on the tracks when I generate an error now. Period. Let's take a look and investigate. And I'm gonna wrap up here. Merged upstream. And no, that's my Twitch console. There we go. Everything's ready to go, squash and merge. So now we've got the beginnings of our toolkit to do migration ready to go. Awesome. Awesome. Tell me more about how many tests we have that are passing, comma, and let's discuss what our next milestone is, period. I do want to make sure that we really polish the migration process so that our skills know how to call the scripts that we've written to begin to do some migration capabilities. All right. Oh, have a good one, Patty boy. Yeah, you may want to grab some clips out there of the stream and talk. There's some friends talking in Discord and stuff that's going on over there, and we're going to have things slowly reveal here. This is a very long fourth wall experience that I've been building and growing. That's going to take some time, and you're gonna start to see things grow and change, and yeah, we'll have some fun with that. So, but I'm gonna wrap up. We've done a bunch today, and I am thrilled with how much we've been able to get done. Blazer Webforms components. We've got a successful migration of Wingtip toys. It works. It looks really good compared to what it previously was. We've got more to test. We've got some packaging to do. We've got some delivery of that content to move in the right direction and make that easy for anybody to use to migrate their applications. Our initial findings are very promising. Our Minecraft server now generates minecart tracks that turn, and we can now put carts on the tracks and they'll roll out to the outside of town. And for some reason, Copilot decided to have all the minecarts drop into a pool, like literally drop off the side of the world into a pool, and yeah, we're gonna drown our creepers at the end of town, I guess. We also put in some fixes for Aspirify so that it starts to analyze the content that was submitted to us, so we can get Aspirify publishing by itself using a little bit of help from Copilot. I'm really excited about what that can do for us. It's moving in the right direction, and I'm hopeful that turns out very cool for us to help create this repository of very cool things that that all relate back to Aspire. So, all right. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me see who else is streaming on the big Twitch TV network that I can get you connected to. Might be doing something fun, something interesting. Taking a look around the horn here. Let me get us connected to... let's go over to Alicia Griffin. She's revisiting coding basics, it says here. Oh, thank you, Northern Aviation. I'm glad you enjoyed. I think I spelled her name right. I think I didn't. No, I didn't. There we go. All right. I'll be back on Thursday. There's stuff going on Discord that folks are talking about. I'll be hanging out there. And I'll be, coding live on Thursday. There's more we're going to do here. I'm going to be working on some of our projects. We're going to be promoting and working more on the Blazer components, more on Minecraft. All right. And let's go back and figure out some of our other projects we can iterate on and deliver more with. All right. Have a fantastic rest of your day, wherever you might be. I wish you good health and good coding. Take care.